I'm not a morning person.
Dedicated to being passionate about it.
Bodybuilders have become more lazy.
People have always thought I lift fake weights.
Iran and the United States.
You take responsibility for that.
A lot of people during the pandemic, they struggle with, obviously physically they struggle, but they struggle a lot with mental health. You know what I mean? What advice would you give to somebody that's going through depression, and how do you deal with it when days that you're depressed? Like, what's the right way to get out of that mood?
Honestly, like, I am like crazy in my mind a lot of times, and I deal with a lot of different situations on just like why am I here? What's my reward, man? I work hard every day and I go get it. And you're like, dude, what am I gonna do? What's my drive to be happy? Like, why am I continuing to move forward? And I just deal with these issues, and I feel bad for a lot of people in a sense. I have been told, or I understand talking to somebody helps. I understand like counseling helps. Like, I understand like open up, like get it off here, like helps. But like some people never were taught or understand, like maybe they have a bad thought of what counseling or telling somebody the way they're gonna feel and think of you. But honestly, it does so much for yourself to just tell people like, hey, what's going on? Because a lot of the people, what happens is like we're doing it, like a lot of these situations we're dealing with, like hard times, is like we're all dealing with them, and a lot of people think it's not just that, or they think it's just them. Where it's like, then they're like, man, like they want to like just like, it's like they want to feel bad for themselves, or like, no, like you got to get up yourself and go get it. Like you got to get inside. You got to say, me, it's not an easy thing, but for me, a lot of times, like I have to get outside and go on walks, and I have motivation videos or instrumental things with just good words of wisdom, positive energy, positive words to like get outside. But you have to not give up on yourself, and you have to understand that what's happening is for a reason, or like the bigger picture of what's like really important, what's going to make like the reward. I always feel that I always call it the trophy and the reward, because it's like what you get, like when you don't give up, like that's like you're going to get it. You 100% will, not giving up, like no doubt about it. And everyone does, like it's hard to believe, but when you don't give up and you continue to work hard, like that's just what I've told myself, and it's with proven in the things I've done, and I'm continuing to do that. Even though nothing's perfect, but when you continue to do something every day, you notch away at it, but you go at it every day, eventually you look back and you're like, hey, shoot, I got through it. I'm there. Like, and then I've taught myself to like be able to, that it's just part of life. Like you have to wake up every day and go get it. And if you're not gonna go get it, then that's what's gonna eat you alive. Like a lot of us know what we're doing wrong, but it's like that fear, and I face that fear every day. But I'm built for that fear, and like people aren't. They're like they think it's too much, and it's just like no, just go and do it. Like stand up and move. Like go. But it's a habit. Like we get, like for myself, it's just the facing the fear. The only separation is from people right now, and they're eating themselves up, is within themselves of fear. And fear within it creates this, like they give up. They just give up, and then they almost like it eats you alive. But at any moment, you can wake that fire back up. You can, and how we work, I work. It's like not a matter of where we used to be. We start right there from when we're getting better. Like if you get better today from like in a one step better, like our bodies like just re-register instantly. And I feel like that's just what I feel I want people to do, to step outside, do something different, step out of the box of what your normal routine is. Whatever, if something's not working, change it up. But one thing that helps me is walking and just listening to motive. I go to the beach. My thing's the beach. I go to the beach, and it keeps me like kind of grounded. It makes me feel successful. Makes me feel good. Like makes me feel like a reward. So it's like almost that's like why I want to go and work harder, so I can go do that again. Like if I have time. So I just want people to go and get it. And It's hard to say. Like honestly, eating right. If you gotta write them down. If there's the habits, like you gotta be drinking lots of water. You have to be getting enough sleep. You have to wake up early. Be accountable for making your bed. I make my bed. I feel good. Those are my best days. Are the days I make my bed. I'm aware of that. It just starts me off right. And if I don't, I still could have a good day. But my best days, I've identified when I make my bed and I shift these perfect, I brush my teeth perfect, I eat perfect, these systems I've created. But it all goes in a line with if you're kind of down in the gutter, you got to like start just kind of reevaluating your system that you're living. And that system, if there's so many bad, like you got to check those off. It's just, you got to readjust those. And even for myself, I have to readjust my systems like I did this last year. I had a system that was working. Yeah, I was doing really well, making even more money than I am now, these products. But my daughter's life was going downhill. I was losing track in one end over here. So I was like, I got to come back to, like, I got to this is what's important. So I had my system to be able to, and I'm so proud of it. I'm so like, I talk about it. I'm like, I'm aware of it. And I'm like, dude, it worked. And my life got better. So yeah, money got less, but my life got better. I'm happier. Like I got my daughter back. So I feel like the evaluate actually their system of life and like kind of like the way they eat, the way they sleep, the people they surround themselves with. It all kind of goes in alignment. But a lot of times it's loneliness, like not having somebody to talk to. And I feel bad for a lot of the people that have that. And it's like, I feel like if they could maybe just get outside more, one thing I would suggest, like people just go on those walks, go on those trails where you are going to be around people. So it kind of keeps you, and right now I feel like a lot of people are antisocial, get away from me. So I'm afraid to cough or sneeze if I'm out, you know.
Of course. Definitely. I remember last time you told me a story which really stuck with me. I remember you told me that a few years ago you had a business issue with some partners, and then you got left with no money on Christmas, and your truck got repoed, and you were just completely, down. You had nothing at that point, and then you bounced back. That was an amazing story. Can you just explain again how you were able to bounce back, and what kind of mental state you had to put yourself in to really, rebound from something like that, from being like broke on Christmas with your kids, and just like, because that was an amazing story. It really stuck with me.
Yeah, like honestly, it gives me the goosebumps when you tell me, because it's like sometimes you forget what happens in your own life, you know what I mean, or what you deal with, and almost it was like the preparation for what just happened in life, you know. I was already down in the dirt, I was already down, and it's just funny when you just look back. I just found like so many videos from 2000 and like way back 15 or 16, 17. I was looking at it. It's just crazy to think you look back and things, and even just that whole situation where I lost my business, all those even that whole business itself, when I partnered with these people, weren't such good. Like it's like there is evil and there's good. These guys were the evil, you know what I mean? And they had a lot of money. They're evil people. They're not angels. There's a lot of angels in this world, and they're 100% not that. And dude, that was just the roughest time of my life. I was down in the dirts. Dude, I was the worst in life, like the worst. Like almost like you wanted to not live anymore, like some people like my mind. I just didn't want to live anymore in a sense. I don't really like to speak like that, but I didn't even want to live. I was like, I just don't want to be here. I had no one to talk to, no one to tell. But then it's like I know it's like I'm not that person ever. I got 2 kids. I can't like, but I'm saying mentally, like when you don't have kids, it's like fuck, or you don't have dogs, you don't have something to like you think you have to live for, even though everyone has thing to live for. But yeah, I was just down in the dirt, but I didn't give up, and like I pretended for real. What really looking back, it's like I pretended like things were normal. I pretended things were fine. I pretended and pretended and pretended, and it was like 2 months went by for pretend. 2 months of bills isn't pretend either, you know what I mean? 2 months of bills adds up like that, but like me believing that something that wasn't possible was possible, that hey, work hard, something's gonna happen, it's gonna be okay, continue to work hard, that was my mindset. And I remember the day, it was just like I threw out an opportunity, threw out something to pursue. I get something in return, and instantly I was blessed like that. And it was like, oh my God, like I couldn't even believe it, and I couldn't even understand it, and it was happening, and just so much like holy shit, like it's crazy, like it's even thinking about it, it's like, dude, because that was the change of my life, like from it is like it shifted my period of life today from where I started from that day. And I remember the day I was walking on the beach. I didn't even have my truck's in repo. I was at the beach walking. I was with a friend walking the beach with their car, and I got that text in return. I was like, dude, shit's gonna be okay. Okay. And it's just like, honestly, but I like became a better person every day between those like that. And it taught me to who I am today. Like, that's why I always say like things happen for a reason, and they happen like to put us out there, see how we react. People want to see the reaction of a situation, and then they evaluate it, or then they can read it a little better when people are caught off guard and they just react. And what something happens, and I stood up and I just made. I just see that I stuck through it. I still did good. I didn't go and out draft over here and do bad things. I kept my character. I kept being a man from within, like, and that's a big thing to me as like for today society, and just like going through that. Then I just am so proud of myself. I'm proud of like to who I am. My mom raised me to be in this person, my family, because we get tested to be a certain get tested. It's who we are is how we react. That's who you are. Like you act.
It's an amazing, it's an amazing story, Brad, because people look at you, you have muscles, you know, you always look happy on social media, you know what I'm saying? Like they don't expect you to ever be vulnerable or ever struggle. And I feel like a lot of influencers in fitness specifically that deal with that type of stigma, right? So you have nobody to talk to at certain points. You can't look weak, right? Because people are going to judge you for that as well. And then they don't even take your feelings in consideration. You know what I'm saying? Like that's an amazing story you just said. It's really powerful, I think.
Yeah, and I just it really made me who I am today. It made me look at life differently, made me look at people differently, made me look at myself differently. And in just life today, people just like take friends for granted, honestly, and take people for granted and don't treat people like they should be. And they don't treat I'm a good man, I'm a good person, and like some people just don't respect that side. That's what I respect, and it's really big in my life. I have kids, I have family, I have a daughter. Like that's what I'm about. But in life right now, I just feel like a lot of people are dealing with a lot of issues, and they're putting their anger like onto other people, and it's making things worse for themselves. And I just feel bad because it's not what they want. They don't want that. It's like not what these. It's like, dude, at the end of the day, it's no one wants that. It's not a good feeling. It's dark, and I feel like people just need to like. Honestly, it's like what I want, like what you're saying. Like it's a thing in the industry, a thing online. People look at a lot of people and they think everything's so perfect, and until like honestly you live through it or live through a situation, you don't understand it, and then they think you're weak when we're all weak at some points. We all get down. All are human, and I just want we got to stay strong as a group of people and stay. For me, it's who you surround yourself with, and I like to stay away from negative people or people that are bringing me down. And that's like one thing that I suggest a lot of people do is just get away from people like that, because it's contagious. It makes get in that weird mindset. It's like not about it, but no, that whole situation with my whole losing my business, coming back alive with Bang Energy, Jack, the owner, he's the one that really came through, saved me during a moment, and really just changed a whole new area, took me to another area of life that was, it took a lot of things off of my weight, off my back, and then that's a whole positive influence. Boom, you put me around good people, I'm going to blossom. And I have a couple other blessings of life and two situations